Hello, everybody, and welcome to round 5 at sunny Spa-Francorchamps here in our 992 European Series GT Cup Porsche Series. Things have really tightened up here, but the commanding lead is still held by Woody, as we can see here by the score. Let me give you a quick look at the scores. You can see that Woody's got that 22-point lead over Cahill, and Barrett Erickson is on his heels there, 7 points back of that, with 1 point separating him and Andres. So this could be an interesting battle if Woody can hang on. It shows that consistency pays off, and we are getting ready to step into quali here as the session's about to change. So we're going to see who sits on the pole here and take it from there. This is round 5, and we will see who will come out the victor here. And there is no rain after last week, so that's probably a relief to a lot of these drivers. And there's, you can see that race 6 will be at Zandvoort. There you go. Let me get this out of the way. All right, so let's get settled in. Let's get ready to check out some quali times and see where we are. Let's take a look at Tony Salavite. He actually did hold the practice time. He had fastest lap in practice. No surprise. Drivers are getting their feet wet here. So to stay in the dry spot, very rare for this part of the country at this time of year. Quick heads up, there's Tony with Nick Newcomb in front of him. Give you an idea who's up. There's Robert Taylor. Sebastian here. And we'll bring up the timing tower so we can get an idea who's doing what kind of laps here. Oh, as we see an off already. That looks like Erickson coming out of the pits there. Yep, there he is, Mr. Erickson. Coming out of the pits now. Nick Westy in that really nice livery. We've been enjoying that since round 1. So Westy, who's had that brilliant start in Monaco, has just had some bad luck. So maybe with these last 2 races, he can pull a rabbit out of a hat and catch Woody with that 22-point lead. We shall see. Jason Whited. There is Gilles Benuibe coming up out of El Rouge there. And here is Woody in that Dr. Pepper livery. And it looks like Tony's chose to come into the pits and not set a first lap here. Let's get up the qualifying box and we can see what's going on. I see a few drivers coming into the pits. Newcomer Louis Hesketh, who joined last race, so he's getting in on the front here. There is Kale in that orange and black. So he is on a time lap. And we have Bradley Sellers as well, who's, of course, the first times are going to be purple as there are no laps set yet. But we also have Westy, who's purple, on top of the other purple. So 37.8 seems to be the quickest Sector 1 time so far, which is held by Westy at the time. So this is a long lap here at Spa, so there's going to be lots of action. Get to follow. Get a look from the side here. down on the blank launch. Getting ready to head into that height. Remember, turn 19 and 20 chicane. Lots of things happening here. Let's see if we can get some wheel action. There we go. Okay, Westy should be setting the first time here. Let's see how he does. Purple and purple, of course, as the first lap of the race. And he puts it across as a 220.7. They're going to be coming in right behind him, so next on the list would be Bradley. Taylor 2 seconds off the pace. There's Pappas, a second off. Vandergeest 2 seconds off. Woody some 4 off the pace. And there is Talvite. He's starting his hot lap, so keep an eye on him as it goes around. And there's Cale, puts in a good time there. Graf only less than a second off the pace of Westy. So that's good news for Cale. Definitely in the points. Let's check on Mr. Erickson. Coming across for his first time lap. That bumps him into 4th position. About a second and a half off that blistering pace set by Westy. Who else is getting close here? Here's Gills. He should be getting close. He's going through the chicane. La Villanueve, I believe is how he pronounces his name. He's green and green and green. And wait, he bumps himself up into 8th, so top 10. Nicely done. We have Bradley Sellers here. He was purple in sector 1 for a minute, but, or I guess it was just the opposite of purple. Red. So he's done. He's going in. Let's see who else is getting close for a time lap here. Let's check on Tony. Finding himself down in 11th at the time. Comes through Black Swan. Taking it wide, heading into the chicane. Purple and purple and purple. This could be it. This could put him on top. And indeed it does. At 2:19, some 1.1 off of Westy's pace. Where is Westy? Let's see if he's got anything for him. Great lap there by Tony. Well done. Let's see where Westy is on track. All right, here he is in sector 2 right now, and he's yellow, so not going to do it this lap. What else we got here? Woody. Better this time. He's green there in sector 1. Nick Newcomb jumps himself up into the 11th spot with Wenham in 12th. With Exposito. Where is he? Let's get a look at him. I haven't seen him in this series. Sebastian, he's in that gray livery. Just to give you a heads up. Exposito, I believe. I don't know. We'll see. So the top 3 now. Graf keeping himself right in that third spot, and Papa's right there. But that blistering lap that Tony set, some lap off of a second plus off of Westy's brilliant time. Let's see where we're at here. So where is Westy? He's calling it a lap too. Okay, yeah, you see he was yellow on both of those. Let's check on our host, John Van der Heest. 7th position currently. Coming through the super high speed part of the track. I mean, you have the straight coming up after Rouge, and then this back sector 3 part where these cars can really open it up. Let's check our time to go here. These guys should be working on their last laps, I think. Yeah, we got just under 5 minutes left. And there is Van der Geest, and he does not better his time. Keeps himself up in that top 10, though. Solidly in 7th place. All right, let's see what else we got here. Johnny Gutierrez. Here we go. Johnny's bestest time. He's going to come across the line here and see if he can move himself up. Oh, nope, he's moving himself out. He's in the pit, so gave up on that lap as well. Looks like. Nope, or did I just misread that? I did misread that. I'm sorry. He bumps himself into pit. I saw the pit wall. I thought he turned in. But that's a pretty good lap for Johnny. Putting himself in the top 5 as he does a celebrative reversive spin to back into the pits there. Okay, Johnny, stay out of the way. What else we got cooking here? Let's see. So that's Sebastian. It looks like he's giving up on this lap. He's yellow. I don't think he's going to do himself any favors at this one. Trying to check who we got on a ripper. Yeah, as I suspected, he does not help himself. So Televite's in the pits. Westy's out now on an out lap. Demetrius Pappas, he's on a time lap, but he's yellow in sector 1, so it doesn't look like he's going to improve for this lap anyway, unless he can really blister it through the last 2 sectors. Let's check on Kyle. It's also yellow in sector 1, plus a second over. Got Johnny Gutierrez now going back out. Coming through as he gets a little dust there in sector 2. Well, somebody's moved themselves up. It looks like Sellers, Legasson, and Whited are happily in the pits. Oh, Jason might be on a time lap now. Let's see. Yep, there's Jason. Currently holding 17th. He's out on a time lap as we hit the 2 minutes left mark. So with this long lap being 2 minutes plus, you just got to cross that line before the time runs out to get that last lap in. See what's up. And I think Sellers. Okay, Sellers is just starting. This will be his first time lap if he can pull this off. And it'll probably be his only lap with looking at that clock. So see if he can put himself in any position there. See, we got Woody going to come across here in a minute. Woody does not move up. He's currently 13th. Newcomb pulling it in the pits. Let's check on Johnny Gutierrez. And he moves. He doesn't move. Or he's starting another ripper, so he had enough time there to get left. All right, so now he's on his last time lap. See what else we got here. Who's 11th is Sebastian, who's got himself up out of the basement, and he is starting his last time lap as well. So these guys are coming in their last efforts here to try and move themselves up here. 60 minutes at Spa with such a long track. I mean, pole is pretty important, but I think you're going to have time to move. So Papa's holding that 3rd spot. See Sebastian putting the screws to it. Look, Ericsson's going to cross the line, and does he move? He does not. He stays up, but he does have time for another one, so let's see what he does. Meanwhile, let's get back to Sebastian here. Excuse me. Looking at. And it looks like we got some movers at the bottom. Was that Summers just put in a timed lap? Summers from 17th. Jonas in 16th. Where is the rest of the crowd? Westy's retired. Pony's waiting it out. He thinks he's got a good enough lap. Time's up. So Pappas, he's in the pits. So Kale out here on a timed lap. Got a shot to move up. Also coming across in 15th is Woody. This is going to be his last timed lap as time has expired. He's green and green and green. He's going to bump himself up a little bit. And he does. He puts himself up into 11th. So gaining a few spots there in the last minute. Nicely done. Andres coming across. He's yellow and green. He might equal his time. Does he go up any? Andres jumps up to third. He pushes Pappas off of the top three. Very well done. Where is Pappas? Is he on a timed one? He's in the pit, so he's gone down. Adrian, he's down. This is it. Ericsson is, I think, left on a ripper, and he is green but yellow in sector 2. See if he can move himself up. There's only a couple cars out on track. Bradley Sellers is still out there. Of course, Barrett here. You guys are battling. Currently in 8th is Barrett. And he has called it a lap. So he's calling it in. Let's see if Louis. 2 cars left. Actually 3 on the grid. First one to cross is going to be Ben Sumners trying to get out of that basement. Let's see where he is. Here he is. Woody's teammate. We see the spin right behind him. Oh, I believe that was Louis. He lost it there, but let's see what Ben can do. He's green in sector 2. Come on. Oh, and Ben loses it to it. Oh, he's going to send his pit crew into chaos as they're going to have to repair that for the start of this race. And that leaves it down to 1 car left on track. And I think we watched him spin, so he's yellow and yellow. So I think our grid is actually set. There you have it. With that Talavite with that ripping 2:19.5, and the closest competitor 1.1 seconds off. And then off of that, another 1.5 seconds is Siebel in 3rd. Then you jump to Pappas, who's 2 seconds off of that. So some interesting, as we have a little lag as the session is going to change as we go into warm-up. So let me get this grid set. Where is my set the grid button? Starting order set. Okay. It is set now. Okay, there we go. So there you have it. Pretty decent quali session. Couple of spins. Couple of offs. All in all, a good session. And now the guys are going to load it up with some gas. Maybe take a warm-up lap. They got 5 minutes here to sort it out. Excuse me. So if you were with us last week in the rain, you saw lots of action. And then, of course, Zandvoort will be the final race coming up. Let's take a look at that schedule. Excuse me. See, in 2 weeks, we will be at Zandvoort, September 3rd. 2 weeks from today for the final round to see if for today's outcome. If Woody can hold that 22-point lead, if any challengers are going to give him a run for his money. Oh. Look around the track here. That epic view. Down into El Rouge. La Source. The Camel Straight. Here's the start finish. Here's the turn out of La Source. There's El Rouge right there. At the Redalian bend right there. We're going to be lots of action right here. This race will have a warm-up lap. As here you can see him heading out of El Rouge, coming up the Camel Straight. Flooring it up the hill, high speed into Lacombes. That 789 turn, 789 sector. Into Brussels 10 and 11. Really complex in there. To look at turn into Lacombes. Brussels coming down, heading down the hill into Puhan. That Puhan turn is just, if you get it right, you got to just be right so you can just hammer the gas early on the exit to keep yourself going down into the campus section. Good stuff. And then Stavelot, I believe is the name of turn 15. And then Courbe de Paul Ferrer, turn 16, which takes you down the Blanchemont Straight, which has the 17 and 18 left benders, which takes you into turn 19 into the chicane. So look at that. Here we go. The Blanchemont. High speed in here, and then you're hard on the brakes. A lot of times players will use that sign as a braking point to kind of slow that puppy down so they can get into that last turn 20 across the start finish. So there you have it. That is the track. We're getting ready for the start. Here are the most famous words in sim racing. If you're an R-Factor fan, one of my most favorite sayings, and I've said it many times, is all non-essential personnel leave the grid now. Goes way, way back to the R-Factor 1 days. All right, drivers are just getting their last of their practice laps as we see Louis. Louis's been having a spin out there. He's been having some fun out there. Let's hope he can keep it together for the actual race here and not get too out of whack. As time has expired, the warm-up is over. In the next session, we will be racing. That said, let's set the cars we're going to focus on here. I like to start a little bit down in the pack so we can see the tail end and the front runners. Focus on someone in the top third. These R-Factor 2 cameras.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
There it is, the most famous words in sim racing. You gotta love it. All right, Vandergeest cars are taking their place on the track. Oh, they're gonna have a warm-up lap. So while they're on their warm-up lap, we'll take another look at the starting grid. If it works, hopefully it'll come through. The cars look like they're in place. I believe, unless they've decided to do a standing start, this should be a warm-up lap. We should be able to see the lights from... Oh, I think they're standing... Oh, there they go. Okay. Yep. Manual warm-up lap. So, let's take a look at our grid. There we go. We have Tony Talvite, Porsche, Nick Westy in second, Andres Sewell in third, Demetrios Pappas holding the fourth spot. Followed up by Cale Graff in fifth, Johnny Gutierrez in sixth, John Van Der Geest in seventh, and Barrett Erickson in eighth. Robin Taylor holds 9, and Louis Henschkes with that spin keeps in the top 10, and then we start our second half. Neil Wood in that 11th spot, Gilles Benuibe in 12th. Bradley Sellers finds himself 13th. Sebastian Esposito 14th. Jonas Legacion 15th, and Jason Whited. Rick Newcomb in 17th. Ben Sumners in 18th, and Stefan Winham bringing up the rear in 19th. So there you have it. There is Stefan. He'll come from the bottom up. And Sumners. Give you an idea who's who. So you can follow your favorite drivers. Jason in that green and black. James in the blue and yellow Napa rig. And there's Sebastian. Louis. Neil Wood. Robin Taylor. There he is in that green-white with that dash of pink. Nicely done. And of course Ericsson in the famous foot-sniffing pig livery. Goes way back. Our host Van Der Geest, he's sporting that. It's kind of an olive and white. So look at this car. There it is. Yeah, it's kind of a green. Kind of a foresty green. Not a bad looking car at all. Yeah, good deal. And Gianni Gutierrez sporting his stealth gray. And his Cale in the orange. Demetrios Pappas in the other Napa livery. Andres in the silver, red, and yellow. As they get ready for the start. Getting up to that Nick Westy, that amazing blue livery. And then Tony in the powder blue, white, and red. As they're ready to take their spots on the grid as we wait for the green. We won't be able to see the lights from here, but we should be able to hear. Battle box on here to get a little bit of help. Those are the cars I'm focused on. I believe that's why you get fourth. Here we go. And we are racing. It's like Tony gets a good start. Westy pulling in behind him. Is that Andre's trying to squeeze a spot. Westy swings wide a little bit and maintains the second. We've got some pressure coming to the inside. We step to the back a little bit. Make sure everybody gets it through. Looks like everybody's through. Everybody's through from the back. Yes, I think we've made it clean. Comes Gutierrez. Westy is all over Talvite. As two of these drivers just jump, already building a gap in the front there. Put the tower up. Positions. Job from Sable in third here. Back here in the pack, we're looking at 12th. Give you a quick look who's who. Here comes Ericsson. 11th, 12th. Sebastian at 12. Gales at 13. Really tied up at the pointy end too. As Tony and Westy building that slight gap. The tight battle right here. 4th place battle. High speed part of the track right here. Bracing themselves for the chicane. Brakes, hard on the brakes, downshifting. Nicely done. Back here to the back. Listen to Newcomb, Wynnum, Valuribe, all battling it out there. Oh, as they make it through the source. Heading down El Rouge, side by side, going to El Rouge. This could be dangerous. Oh, Jason and Nick. Oh. Nicely done. Keeping it clean. And right behind him, there's another battle with it. It's that Woody. Woody right behind him there. Woody finds himself back at 16th after that poor start. He's got a little bit of damage here. You can see in his front end. So our current leader looks like he's trying to get around. Yep. He's putting it to Stefan. Stefan's having none of it. As I believe he squeaks it by right there. They are still side by side, but Wynnum lets him through. Meanwhile, battle for 6th. Got Bradley Sellers putting it to Kale. That 6th place battle in there, bumping a little bit. Good stuff right here. Oh, as he goes around. Bradley Sellers is down and out. Oh, can he regain carefully? Be careful as he's spot after spot. He's just getting dropped. Oh, what a tough break. As he regains. Still battling for that 13th spot. Manages to stay just ahead. Wow, what a tough break that was. While up here in 11th. Another tight battle right here. It's Sebastian and Gales just nailing it here. Winners at sector 3, taking it wide. Blankmont heading to the chicane. Tough fighting back here towards the mid-pack. Oh, these guys are duking it out. Sebastian looks like he's got a run on the inside. And he gets by Gills. And Gillis gets back by him on the other side. So tit for tat on that. That rear view, there we go. That's the rear view from Sebastian. Crazy stuff through El Rouge there. So they're battling it out. Good fights going on in the back here. Let's take a quick top check on the leaders. Tony's still holding that spot with Westy. He's got a one plus and a second lead holding into that. But let's get back to this Our leader, Neil Wood, with that damaged car. Let's see if he's got any bent steering. Finds himself at 16. He might be in a little bit of trouble here. He should be able to hold it pretty straight. Oh, we have another spin in front of him. And that was Gilles. Gilles Benuibe finds himself dropping down to 18th now after looked like a self-spin. A tough break. Wow, yeah, he is back down at the back now, so he is going to have to work himself through the pack now. As he's up there with Woody's teammate in the Dr. Pepper livery, Ben Sumners. Robin Taylor just ahead of them, filing with Wenham. And this is your bargain basement battle going on right here. Some really good racing in the back of the pack. Meanwhile, at the pointy end, we have a battle for 5th place. Kale is trying to put some pressure on Demetrius. Let's get the clock up here, see how much time as we are. Yeah, just about 8 minutes in. As you can see, Talavite just put a new best lap in at 2:21. He's holding that lead. As these guys are battling here for 5th place. Well, place Sibo, Demetrios in 4th, Kale in 5th. We check to the back. We have a big battle here for 10th place. Oh, as he puts the pass on him. Sebastian with a bold move there on the outside. Gets him up the Kimmel straight with that. Must have had a really good exit out of Rouge. That's what it takes to get a really good exit. You have to make a run on the car in front. It's Sebastian Exposito with a brilliant move. Moving himself up into 11th. Check on our leader, our points leader, Woody. Still trying to get through this traffic with his damaged car. And it looks like Villanueva is out of the race. Gilles had a tough break with Gilles. He must have had too much damage there to continue. Check on Woody here at 14, trying to get himself around, move himself up that leaderboard to try and get as many points as possible after this. It's a tough break. Meanwhile, the battle for 5th continues as they head into the chicane. Your 5th place car. We are only 10 minutes in. There's been a lot of action so far. Oh, let's see what he can do on this Kimmel straight here. All right, we will check back in. The clock in another 10 minutes or so. Just defending. ahead. Who's who here? Here's your third, fourth, and fifth place cars. And Johnny Gutierrez. It's like a shark in the water back there. There's Johnny. Currently in 6th position. See if he can close the gap on these guys. I think he's got a very loose car. Now, if I know Johnny, and I know him pretty well, he's not a downforce guy. He will take all the downforce off these cars and just drive it like he stole it. And he wins a lot of races. He is no fear, balls to the walls, no balls, no glory, just going for it kind of driver. Really fun to watch. So let's check on our leader. Talvite stretching his legs a little bit. He does have the best lap at a 2:21.5. Fastest lap of the race. Westy right on his tail there. There is Westy. See that gap from his perspective. So I'm kind of rooting for Westy a little bit. I hope he can just hang on and not have any bad luck. Only good luck for this round. He's had a really bad luck spell these last 3 races. So let's hope he can finish and keep himself up there. He's such a brilliant driver. Meanwhile, this 5th place battle ongoing. Cars are starting to separate a little bit in the pack. And we still have fastest laps being set as 2:21.555 now. Tony just put in. And Westy has a 22.3. So that was the difference there. Are your top 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place drivers. This is a pretty decent battle going on here. These are the tightest battles on the circuit right now. Just Siebel up there. Just has his eye on the podium there. Behind him, man. Johnny and Dimitrios right behind Kale. They are. We have another retirement. Louis Hesketh has retired from this race. It's our 2nd DNF. So Spa is taking its toll on these guys as he sits. Meanwhile, battle for what is now 15th. Stefan and Robin Taylor going at it. Sliding these cars around. Stuff. Got anything for him here on this high-speed section? It's really tough to get the stick right, so you can keep your foot in it on this last lefty here. Time it just right. You keep your foot in it. It looks like he's done it. He's right on Stefan's bumper. Set up for the chicane. We're in a good passing spot here if you can get enough momentum, but Stefan blocks that inside. Stuff in good shape there. All right, let's go to pointy, and it looks like Kale might be putting a little pressure on the podium here. Kale has caught up to Andres and is putting the screws to him a little bit. Oh no, we have another DNF. It looks like Pappas has wrecked. And Pappas is also now out of this race. Demetrius. Man. So now there are 3 out of the race. Garris licking his chops up there. It's just like sizing these guys up. I'm wondering how the tire wear is going to do here today at Spa. Spa can be hard on the tires. I know they only have one tire sourcer for this Porsche Cup Series. Well, they have wets. I don't believe there's anything except the racing tire and the wet tire. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So they might come into play here, because 60 minutes on this is going to be pretty grueling. Let's see, we got Vandergeest and Sellers going at it here. Vandergeest defending against Sellers. See what happens up here to the chicane. Vandergeest making that thing as wide as possible. Oh, Sellers gets a pretty good run on the exit there. Just looking at the inside. Vandergeest trying to hold position and make that turn here. But it looks like Sellers has got him. And indeed he does. So Sellers moved himself up a spot into 6th. Vandergeest holding on. As Sellers gets a really good run out of source there. Kimmel Stray. Let's see if John's got anything for him. We can try to close that gap a little bit. Doesn't appear to have any damage. Very good. All right, what do we got going on up at the pointy end? Just a few spots up. Gutierrez has caught up Kale and is all over him, and Kale is all over Andres. So this ongoing battle is for the last podium spot. So this is really good stuff right here. Johnny's looking at good on the exit there as he closes the gap a little bit. Kale takes a little bit of curve there, but Kale is just all over Andres. Andres has that damage. I wonder if Kale's nose has as much damage as Andres' tail end there. Let's have a look from Andres back at Johnny. Oh, both cars take it wide through there. Coming up to the chicane passing zone. Keeping it nice and orderly. Track is just tight to that. It happens to the Rouge here. It's got the better line. Oh, look at that. Wow. Andres had a little bit better through there. You saw the gap grow just a little bit there. And then Kale, see if he can close up on the straight here. What do we got going up at the front here? It's tightened up at the front. Let's check the front. Okay, let's get back to this. Let me pass what I'm looking at the Questy. Guys are not too far behind these guys. Want a quick check because I'm getting a little bit of a alert here that there's some action up in the front. It's like Westy's closed that gap to less than a half a second. Battle for third is pretty tight, as you can see. Third, fourth, fifth with sixth place not too far behind with Sellers, and Vandergeest is seventh, not too far behind him. But let's check on this again because Westy seems to be closing in on Tony. Maybe Tony's tires, or maybe he had a mistake that let that gap close a little bit, but it's less than half a second now. Oh, now it's back up to a full second plus. So probably just a little bit of an off for Tony who missed. But meanwhile, this battle for the last spot on the podium just keeps intensifying. Let's check back down the list. We have Sebastian after Ericsson for that 10th and 8th, 9th and 10th here in the back with Perrick currently holding 8. Legasson in 10th, and Neil Wood has made himself up to 11th, so he has gained a few spots from being way back. Mr. Consistent, points leader. He just needs a decent finish with that 22-point lead. He's got it made out for him. He just needs to hang on. Top 10 finish. Every pace he moves up is more points. Meanwhile, back to the battle for third. That Kale got through there a little better that time. But Andres just able to hold that gap. Any luck coming out of Eau Rouge there. You can get a little bit of momentum. You can just get a little bit better exit than the car in front of you. You got a chance to catch him on the coming straight there. Meanwhile, back here with Woody, got Jason White, I think, who he just got around. And then Legasson, he's got a 3-second gap on Woody. He's got a little bit of damage there too, so you can see the gap right there. As Sebastian takes it a little spinny, they'll get a little loose there. As Ericsson looking for that 8th place spot, find a way to get around. He's got to stay with him though. Good stuff there. Well, let's take a look at Tony. There's our leader, Delvite. Just a drive in the park for Tony. See the gap there to Westy. Nicely done. That's Kale still putting the pressure. Andres for that podium with Johnny just lurking back there. Oh, he's looking to the inside, and there's a little bit of a mistake. Andres goes a little bit wide. Could just open the door. Andres on the outside takes the spot from the outside. It's going to be a horse race down. Oh, they're dragging his Johnny. Has a little bit of a spin. Wow, that was tight as Andres manages to hold on, but let's see what happens now. Staying in that gap up the hill. That's pretty good stuff. Meanwhile, our points leader, it looks like he's closing in on 10th place. Damage and all, he's actually got a pretty good run on Jonas. This could put him up. See, is he going to know? Jonas is defending to the inside, he's going around some lap traffic. There's Neil's teammate that just went by. Whew, keeping it loose. Every point matters at this point for Woody. Jason, there's 10, 11, 12, and Ben Sumners is a couple laps down in 16th back there. So 13th is Robin Taylor. So he's well off of these guys, but he's running a decent race, getting himself up at 13th. So let's keep an eye on our points leader here as he moves up, as well as this battle here for third. Andres defending brilliantly. Time for a time check. There we go. We are coming up on halfway. 3 minutes. Guys come through the chicane. What's going to happen here? Graf looking again. Andres defending, keeping that inside line with Johnny just licking his chops in the back, waiting for a mistake. He's just hanging back there. And again, Kale goes to the outside. It looks like he might have him. He's got him this time. Kale Graf has taken that third step on the podium away from Andres at this halfway point. Brilliant driving. Andres, he could, oh, Andres is in trouble. He's in trouble. Andres has hit the wall. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, after a brilliant race, it looked like he completely went off there. Oh, yeah, he's in bad shape. Oh, man, from third place, I believe he's going to have to retire this car. I don't think he can make it all the way around. Andres Siebel, with a brilliant first half of the race, is going to find himself our 5th retirement. Oh, what a tough break. Man, that leaves Kyle in third with Gutierrez. What happened to Johnny? How far back did he go? He wasn't too sweet out of that El Rouge too. So, man, again, Spa. What are you gonna do? You know, Relion and El Rouge claims another one as he dies a slow death on the Kemmel Straight. What a tough break for that third place car. But on we go. The racing continues. Got Neil has bumped him. Now that he's out, that moves Woody up into 10th. More points for the points leader, who's basically in a survival race at this time with all that damage he's got. Doing a brilliant job. So everybody moves up. Vandergeest by himself in 6th. Sellers by himself in 5th. Gutierrez trying to stay in the same zip code as Graf to make it something competitive. And then back here in the back, this is our closest racing right now, is Woody and Jason. I believe he's left Jason. Jonas, I'm sorry. That's Ben Sumner's. That's why I threw me off in the liveries. What the labels are for. Okay, so Woody's just ahead of him. So this is the Whitehead and Woody battle. There we go. Or Whitted. I can never get these names right. You guys got to get with me on comms and tell me how to pronounce your names so I quit butchering them. So we started with 19, and now we have 13 left as we have 5 retirements. Oh, and Woody in a little bit of trouble there. As you can see, that damage is starting to come into play now. I'm curious as to whether these guys are going to start pitting or not. Because the halfway point, I'm thinking these tires might be getting a little tired, but I don't know. They might be able to make it all the way. Good speed there, pretty good, even with all that damage. So not too bad. Let's get a look at the steering. See, I don't. It doesn't look bent at all to me, so I think he's good to go. Wow. Wenham here, Wenham back here by himself at 13th, has had his fastest sector time this lap, so he's keeping himself in the mix, just steady, get those points. Points leader Neil Wood is now in 10th place with half of the race left. All right, let's check up on the pointy end. Here is Westy, who seems to have closed the gap, who under a second with Televite. So perhaps the tires are coming into play. we could have a challenge for the lead here. Calvite, he is a one cool cucumber, man. One tough race driver. You might be able to catch him, but then you still got to get around him. I mean, as you can see the labor that's going into these tires. I think Westy having a great race, just staying with him. Tony did have the fastest times in practice and quali, of course, so he does have the pace to beat. But if Westy can hang out in the same zip code there, you know, keep within that 1 to 2 second gap, anything can happen, especially with the tire wear. Good stuff there by Westy and Televite. Meanwhile, Jonas in 11th, Woody in 10th. Woody's now bumped himself up to 9th. He's gotten through Jonas, and it's now his next victim is going to be Jason, currently in 8th with about 2.5 second gap. You can see him just coming in the back there. So things just keep getting better and better for our damaged points leader. In there. Hold on. Okay, back to the pointy end. Westy's just about to close it to under a second. See the rear bumper of Calvite. They're heading to the chicane. Tony's smoking those tires on braking. Like just about every hard braking zone, there's a little bit of smoke coming off of Tony's tires, so they might be getting a little tired. I don't see that coming from Westy. So perhaps Westy has managed his tires a little bit better to this halfway point. Let's check the clock here and see what we got. There we go, 26 minutes left. So Westy now under a second. Tony's keeping it through that gap. Let's see if he can close up the Kemmel Straight here. The gap is under a second. Seems to maintain it right there. He was a little bit later on the brakes. As he closes it down again, it gains another 10th. Good stuff. Meanwhile, we got Taylor and Erickson back here in the battle for the 11th spot. Taylor slowly closing in on Erickson, but let's get back to this pointy end. This is like Tony now. It's like he gained a 10th on that last sector 1. So let's see what happens here through the turns. See how well he can hold it through, keeping on the gas. Look at that. See, I'm telling you, Telvite's, you know, the way he has his brake bias set up too, but I don't see Westy smoking the tires as much. So this is really heating up down here. Does he have anything for him, and will the tires hold up? Got to check back with Gutierrez and Sellers are getting a little close. Let's check this battle out as these guys get through. Let's wait to let them get through the chicane here in case anything happens. Closed another 10th. So he gained 2 tenths this lap, did Westy, on Televite. What happens here? can get another 10th here. He got a 10th here at Rouge last lap. It looks like he's closing it in. And he does. He gains another 10th at the top of the Kimmel Straight. Now it's 0.5. So if he can get another 10th in by sector 3, he's just a few laps away from a little bit of a battle here. Let these guys get through this turn. I want to check on Gutierrez in 4th with Bradley Sellers. He's starting to apply a little bit of pressure. He's getting a little bit closer. Let's check on that. Yeah, you can see Bradley in 5th has caught up to Johnny. I'll be applying a little bit of pressure. They are about almost a sector behind the leaders here. Okay, this is where Westy closed the 10th last lap. Let's see what he's got. Woo-hoo! Hang on to it, brother. Yes, on the gas, keeping it within the white lines and keeping down on the throttle. Really good. Well done. I think it's the braking zones where he's getting a little bit more smoke off of Tony's tires, a little bit harder on the brakes, a little bit late braking on him, I think. Trying to maintain that focus and keep ahead. Oh, just lost a 10th that time, so not quite the consistency in the closing, but still within half a second. So lost a 10th that lap. Meanwhile, Sellers and Gutierrez also within a half second of each other as they come across the line. See third place go through ahead of him there. That's Graf up there in 3rd place. Okay, back to the pointy end. And Talvite has popped another 10th on Westy there, back to that 0.7 gap. So consistency pays off lap after lap here. Tony felt the pressure and is dealing with it. He's handling it. Meanwhile, as 3rd place goes by there, here comes Gutierrez. It looks like the Sellers took a look inside, but thought better of it. Plenty of places left to make passes here. You don't have a really tough part of the track up there. Lecombs is not a safe place to pass, and neither is Bruxelles. As they come down the hill here to Puhan, though, this might open the door here. Puhan, you got an opportunity if you've got a little bit of momentum. If you can just stick it to the inside and get on the gas, have a better exit speed coming out into turn 13 and into the campus section. As he's closed the gap to within 0.2. They're making their way through the campus section. Double into turn 16. Palpiere. Curve di Palpiere into the Black Swan straight. At 0.3. Oh, this is tightened up. This is heated up. Oh, Gutierrez with a little wiggle room. These guys are nose to tail now. Let's look into the inside. Johnny makes his car as wide as possible and is looking for the over-under. It's Sellers, and he might have done it. And Johnny has a little bit of a fishtail there. giving Sellers the spot. So Sellers gets through. Gutierrez now in 5th. Sellers in 4th to see if he has anything for Graf up there. It looked like Johnny just got lost a little bit there. Like I said, he probably has like a wing at 1 in this car. I would assume that that's just how he rolls, man. Nothing that's going to slow the car down. He takes it off. Who needs the stinking wing, he says. We don't need wings. If we wanted to fly, these aren't planes, they're cars. And that Westy first place battle, he's got it back to within 0.5. Good spot where he can gain an advantage if he can get on the exit. Who can outbrake who? I'm really curious if these tires are holding up for these guys. Look, we are almost 45 minutes in, so I'm thinking at this rate, these guys are going for it. I don't think anybody's going to stop at this point. They're just going to ride it down to till it's over. You see Sellers here. Actually, Sellers is on a personal best lap right now. If I'm looking at my live timing, he is on one of his faster laps of this part of the race. He's trying to close that gap to 3rd place, looking for a podium. As now the leaders are coming up on some lap traffic. Stefan, 13th. Just going to get out of the way here. You would think. He'll let the leaders through as he pulls over. Or does he? Ooh, this could get ugly. Yep, there he goes. Okay, good job. Nicely done. Let the leaders through. And then not be far behind them. Holy smokes. Yeah, these guys are a good half a sector back. All right, so now that the cars have spread out a little bit, Gutierrez has got a 3-second gap to 4th place. And now Vandergeest, 6th place. Gap on that. So as I look at the live timing, the gaps are all spread out with the exception of this race for 1st place right here. Tony Talavite maintaining from pole position. He's led every lap, and we are hitting the 15-minute mark. That's for the 4th and 3rd. Let's see, here he is, Sellers, trying to close in. So he has closed that gap to 1.8. You see Johnny back there, who's not giving up. Anything can happen. So Sellers is actually really coming on for the last third of this race. Close that gap to 1.8. He's under 2 seconds. Dale's got to see him in his mirrors. There it is, the gap from behind 3rd place. That's at 1.85 seconds, looks like. See how much he can gain. Oh, get a little bit of curb there. It's going to help the cause. While Westy, that 0.5 has turned into 1.1, so he lost a half a second there somewhere in that run. So, excuse me, I think tires could be coming into play here big time. As we saw Gutierrez a few laps back coming out of that chicane and losing it. The lap traffic back there, so it's quite a gap back to 3rd. You can see where they are here. They're just now coming through. Into the chicane. .3 now is the gap to 3rd place. I think Cal saw him in his mirror and goes, I better get things going here. And he's going to have to battle for these last 15 minutes here. And we do have 13 minutes. We're coming close to the end here. This is the farthest Westy's made it. I'm going to knock on wood. I don't want the announcer's curse on him, but let's just hope he can hang on this race. Really would be happy to see him finish right where he is in second place, get himself back in this points race. He might even have a shot at the lead here if Tony has any kind of a mishap at all. Here we go, Cale and Bradley. Gutierrez having 5th place, decent points, no pressure. As I see, Westy is live timing has him on one of his faster laps right now, but that gap is starting to grow again, 1.6. Let's check out Vandergeest in 6th place. So we have Vandergeest and Gutierrez, the two Johns, are kind of on their own, just holding on. Good points positions, no pressure from anyone. And Sebastian also having a great race in 7th place. He's got a 3-second gap on Whited. And then Woody in 9th, our points leader. See what's ahead of him. So, yeah, he's got a 6 seconds to make up to get out, but he's in good shape the way the points have set up for him. So those couple of laps of pressure Westy started to apply. Looks like Talavite is now starting to take the advantage again. So Westy might have spent a little bit of his tires trying to stay with him. I did see some smoke coming off his tires on that last lap. But for now, the threat is gone. And we, I think, are just about at 10 minutes left. 11, yeah, just at 12. So just under 12 minutes left. And Sellers has caught Graff for 3rd place. So the final step on the podium is up for grabs. And the gap is 0.4. So Cale's going to have his hands full here. I think Bradley's done a great job this race, saving his tires, run a really smart race. And now towards the end, when we're getting into that last 10 minutes, he might have a fresher set of tires. Close the gap on the Kemmel straight here. God, he's out braking him a little bit. Tightens it up. Oh, Kel gets a great exit out of there. Finishing off sector 1. That's going to help the cause. See Gutierrez hanging out in the back there, just maintaining enough pace to where if something goes wrong, he might be able to snag a spot. Check with the leaders again. That gap, 1.7. It continues to just grow 10th by 10th with Talavite. Talavite is one tough customer, I'm telling you. Westy kind of closes up there in the tight spots. Woo, hang on to it. And there you see it. We have 10 minutes remaining. See if Sellers can 10 minutes, so 2 plus a lap. So we're looking at 5 laps max. Oh, we got some lap traffic here. Might come into play. There's Stefan again getting past these guys are going at it. Sellers taking a look, trying to use that lap traffic to his advantage. As we're heading into El Rouge for the battle for the podium. This could be intense right here. Looks like he's got a little bit of a better run. Gets a little squirrely on the end there. Look at that closing speed. He's in the draft. Draft maintains through the twisties. It's a little bit of breathing room. Let's see. They're going to have about 4 more attempts up there before time runs out. Uh-oh, we've got a yellow. We've got a yellow in sector 1. Who is it? Where is it? It was a quick yellow, so it must have been a quick off. I don't see anybody on fire or bleeding. I think we're okay. But it looks like it might have been Taylor. I think Taylor, yep, Taylor has retired. So Taylor is our 6th retirement. So Spa is taking its toll on the drivers. As this battle for the last step on the podium continues to be the battle at hand. It's Westy. We'll give a quick blast here to Westy. Now it's up to almost 3 seconds. Look at it, it's fluctuating. So I think Westy's spent his tires. He's in a good spot, 2nd place. Be happy with that after his last couple of races. Having such bad luck. So I think just hang on to what you got there and see if you can finish and get those points. Meanwhile, Sellers he's just sending it here. Final step on the podium is being heavily contested by Sellers here. This is a great race. As you see the chopper up there following the action. Keeping it to within a second. Let him get through our rears here. We'll look at a couple of cars down the list as we are closing in on 5 minutes left. Time is running out. About 3 laps left, maybe. So let's see what we got here. So these guys are going to be anything. He's just closing. He's closing. That half a second. It's getting tight. Okay, we got drivers still left in this race. We have in 12th spot, Stephen Wenham. 11th, Barrett Erickson. 10th, Jonas Lagasson. And there's our points leader, Neil Wood, in 9th. Jason Whited in 8th. There's the gap. Let's see if Woody might have a chance. Sebastian in 7th. Vander Geest in 6th. Excuse me. Gutierrez in 5th place, hanging on. Bradley Sellers battling Cale Graff for 3rd place. This battle is speeding up as the clock ticks away. We're hitting the 5-minute mark. 5 to go. See that gap for the leaders is at 5 seconds now. So Talvite, barring any steps. Cale takes it wide and maintains. Bradley's got the inside. Hard on the brakes. Should be able to outbrake him right here. Or if we go for that over-under, he's looking at the inside, but Cale defends perfectly, and Bradley's momentum won't let him get that inside line. It's just a 2-second gap, 2.2 gap now. The clock ticks down. Headlights. Sellers, it's all in. He is selling out. Just got to navigate that a couple more times. It looks like he might have a run. He's got a run on him. alongside. Side by side. Does he get the spot? He takes the spot. We have a new third place on the podium. Look at that. Bradley Sellers has just gained himself, but here, coming back. Graf coming back on the inside. Graf has a little bit of damage, but I think it's nothing that's really going to affect him. But Sellers just has been outpacing him for the past 5 or 6 laps or so, and finally caught. He's made his way through. He made his through Gutierrez, and now he's made his way onto the podium, passing Sellers. What a brilliant run. Graf now. Going to be able to maintain. I think that the pace of Sellers is just going to be too much for him. So Graf is just trying to hang on and get those 4th place points as we are hitting the 3-mile. Oh, Sellers goes wide. Sellers just lost it wide, and he's giving Graf a way back in, and he has to get back in. And Sellers has a key mistake. You saw him kicking hard on the rubber. Oh, he's got about a lap left after this to maybe make it up, but Graf gets gifted back 3rd place, so yet another change. And he says, thank you very much, I'll take it. So as I was thinking about Sellers maintaining, I think he spent everything he had and just lost it. Maybe without the car ahead of him to follow, he let himself into that sector and was just a little too hot. As you saw, he went wide, hard on the brakes, smoking the tires. Puts Cale Graf back in 3rd place. And he's got a 1.2 second, and we are going to come up on 1 lap left here. This will be at 121. Well, let's see, because Tony, where's Tony? Tony's up. So Tony might be able to cross the line, which will put another lap on this. So if Tony gets across the line before time ticks down, these guys, Bradley's got a chance to come back, but man, what a short-lived, you can see he's a little losing it right there. What a short-lived glory on the podium there with a brilliant pass after all that work. And now finds himself back in 4th place. While the rest of the field is pretty spread out, this is the closest battle still. Oh, man, Bradley. He's got to be kicking himself for that. I've been in that same situation. Yep. Hey, no balls, no glory. It's all or nothing. And let's check back here. Our points leader, Woody. Is he getting close to that 8th place with Jason in front of him? Yeah, he's closing in on Jason there. He's 2 seconds behind on the last lap. See if he can maybe make a move and get another section of points up on him. Oh, hang on to it, Bradley. Yeah, you can see his tires are toast. All these drivers are tires that got to be tired. It looked like he was making another little run there. So Graf, with that first lap damage, I believe Graf had a little bit of body damage. He's been able to maintain that pace throughout this whole race. Really good job. Sellers, oh my heavens, goodness. All right, here we go. Winham, 12th place. Jonas and Ericsson is in 11th. Gooden in 8th. Woody's still in 9th. Right there behind him. And I believe Bradley, I think he's toast. He's just going to hang on to 4th place and be happy with it. Because where is Talvite? He has crossed the line, so we do have 1 more lap. So it continues. Westy coming in the pits. Westy's coming in the pits. Oh my gosh. Is he out of gas? Is he out of tires? What in the heavens to Betsy? He's got 29 seconds on gap. Can he pit? Maybe his tires are so bad he figured he was going to crash. Or did he get a stop and go? Let's see what's happening here. Oh my gosh. That puts Graf in 2nd. Sellers is going to go to... No, Sellers is in the pits too. So Gutierrez takes over 3rd place. Gutierrez is now on the podium. Westy's done. He's coming out. It had to be the tires. With 0 time left. Seriously? Wow. What a turn of events on the last lap of the race. So Gutierrez finds himself on the podium. Cale in big points in 2nd place. Oh, Sellers has got to be kicking himself as he's now coming out of the pits. I'm telling you, these guys must have killed all their rubber. This is the way it is. And here is Neil trying to get another level up. to finish 8th and get those little bit more points. There's going to be a whole lap left to do it. As Talavite is, I think, hitting the sector 2 now. Yep, he's in the middle of sector 2. So holy smokes, Westy. Okay, from a 2nd place to a 4th place finish. I mean, these guys are the drivers. They know what's up. I mean, if they didn't think they could make one more lap with those tires, then you got to do what you got to do. So let's see if Jason can hold off Woody and keep him down in that points bracket. Is really going to help Talavite and Graf and Gutierrez. They're all in the chase still. Wow, what a chain of events. So Westy, meantime, pits in 2nd, comes out in 4th. Hey, still decent finish and decent points compared to what he's been up to. So yeah. Meanwhile, Whitted is also catching Sebastian. So Sebastian just ahead in 7th. So Woody back here in 9th, looking for a way to gain some more points. He's got 2 sectors left to do it. Vandergeest finds himself in 5th after the pit stop. So good show for him. And where is Tony? Tony's in the pits. What the heck happened to Tony? Why is Tony in the pits? Because the race is over? He won. That's why. Here comes Graf. What's up with Graf? Did he run out of gas? Yes, he did. He's out of gas. Graf is out of gas. Gutierrez gets 2nd. Westy gets 3rd. What in the heavens to Betsy is happening? He either blew his motor or he's out of gas. What in the heck? His car is dead. He's out of gas. Somebody push him across, for crying out loud. Sellers. Oh, he's dropping down. Sebastian's going to come across in 7th. Wow. What an event. These guys are finished up here. So Sebastian. Where is Vandergeest? He's done as well. These guys are celebrating. Woody is going to gain that next spot and finish in 8th. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe what I just saw. Everybody bumps up, thinks, because the 2nd place car ran out of gas in the last turn of the race. What a heart-wrenching. Somebody, come on, get on him. At least push him across. Somebody push him across. If I was in there, I'd push him. Looks like he's retired already. I've done it before. So Ericsson now, he's one of our last cars on the track. Jonas and Ericsson, are their spots gonna move up? Holy smokes. Believe this? I can't believe what just happened. Where's Sebastian? Okay, he's crossed the line. He's done. Jason. As Graf ends up with a DNF, but he might stay up. It looks like he might drop down to 13th. See what happens at the end here. I don't know how it's going to go, but I think that's it. Wow. Wow. What in the heavens to Betsy was that? Can you believe it? It just boggles my mind. How in the heavens to Betsy did that happen? Wow. What a race. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. In 2 weeks from today will be the finale at Zandvoort. So can't wait to add up all the points after this one and see what the heavens to Betsy's going on. But that was some kind of strange, but a wonderful race. Thanks for joining us. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And hope to see you tuning in 2 weeks' time at Zandvoort for the grand finale. All right. Thanks for watching.